4.6 million footsteps. That's how many it took Naperville resident Eric Montgomery to journey across the Pacific Crest Trail. 630's Blane Erwin caught up with this adventurer who spent the summer on a hike for hope.
The Pacific Crest Trail is a 2,600-mile path running from the U.S.-Mexican border in California to the U.S.-Canadian border in Washington state. A through hike of its entirety is a daunting task, but one Eric Montgomery was happy to take on, as each step of his journey shared a greater purpose.
So when I was planning my hike, I had seen on hiker journals and whatnot that other people had helped, that had joined their hike with a fundraising for a cause, and this was the first one that came to mind for me.
The Swifty Foundation was founded by Mikey Gustafson shortly before pediatric brain cancer took his life when he was just 15 years old. His first act to help find a cure. The next, donating his tissue for researchers to study upon his death.
I'm going to give my life and we're going to see if we can find a cure.
Swifty was a natural fit for Eric. He's a longtime friend of Mikey's brother Ian. He got a degree in neuroscience and is headed to med school to join the fight against brain diseases.
When I first heard about Eric hiking the PCT, I think my jaw hit the floor. I had never heard of such a selfless act in the name of a cause greater than someone as themselves.
Everyone in our family has this Mikey-sized hole in our heart. And every time we get one of these emails or a phone call that says, hey, you know, it's Naperville Central calling or it's Naperville North calling and we want to do a fundraiser for Swifty. You know, it softens the edges of that hole in some way. It keeps Michael alive and it fills us in a way that nothing else could.
The foundation partnered with 3 other organizations and started the 4 Pennies campaign, a goal to raise 4 pennies for each one of Eric's 4.6 million footsteps on the challenging hike.
Try to get 14, 15 hours in, and it was just my legs and my feet had really adapted to that sort of strenuousness, and I was able to usually hike 35, 40 miles, and one day I think I topped out at like 47, 48 miles.
Walking over 40 miles a day, sleeping in a tent every night for months, it's a drastically different way of living than what we're used to.
I had one change of clothes, I had a very minimal pot, and even for a month on trail, I sent my stove home and just and cold soaked all my food. But besides that, it wasn't too much else.
Eric also shared his journey on social media and answered questions from the trail.
I've gone up some crazy cool mountains and met some awesome people from all backgrounds of life that have been super interesting. I'm currently hiking with a dude from India and a guy from Germany.
Eric was only home from his hike for a couple of days before heading to med school. His Hike for Hope has raised over $120,000 to fight childhood brain cancer.
Honored to have the stars align like that.
For Naperville 630, I'm Blane Erwin.
For more on the Swifty Foundation, visit their website,